Y'all boasting about getting thrashed by Vander. You're all wimps. You know what? I will take on Mount Battle. It's probably... I was hesitant to do this because of it being too tedious, but I was also debating doing another round of Pirate Colosseum. I guess I more so want the TMs, and I don't exactly want to do it off screen. So I was using that as an excuse. Let's just show you all. This is how Mount Battle works. There's 100 floors divided into 10 zones. And you gotta go through the entire zone without losing a single battle. When you beat a zone, you get Poke Coupons, and that's what you can use for the right side there. And before we actually start, let me just show you what I mean of why all the good stuff is in Mount Battle. So, this is Psychic. Like, I'm pretty sure this is literally Psychic. This is Ice Beam. This is Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Double Team. And this is all like where all the battle items are. Like, so if you want a strategy or just evasion hacks, you have to grind out Mount Battle just to get those items. And just to showcase how slow it can be, might as well go into it. Again, I guess it wouldn't hurt for a tiny bit more experience on Scout. And it might actually go by fairly quickly. Because we're so high in level. Just in hopes of speeding things up. Do I go for JoJo or Rayquaza? I guess if I'm... Actually, if I have a... I forgot Scout's part flying too. If I have a flying type out here, Dreamigator might be the objectively faster option. Alright. I would choose continue, but we haven't cleared anything, so... Let's start anew! Maybe the randomizer will give us some crazy things to make this a bit more interesting. But wait until you see how low in level it is. Because this is meant to be something you go to at various points throughout the adventure to level grind. But I forgot to give you stuff at all the way at level 15, despite the fact you start the game at like level 20. And you're definitely not gonna be... You're gonna be well above level 20 by the time you get to this part of the game. Ah. Like, it's probably... Might just be faster... doing it this way. I don't know. Like, these battles aren't even worth the experience we're gonna get out of them. And that's why I was so hesitant to do the first 10 floors of Mount Battle. You know what? I'm gonna just do Mount Battle on my own time. I'm not gonna subject the stream to it, even though I'm sure right now this is just a glorified recording session. For my sanity, I'll showcase fighting Vander off screen. At least I can show off the teleport animation when we're right at the front door. Green interwebs, it's Jackie K, and this is what you're missing out of when you don't do Mount Battle. Battles against level 15 Pokemon, even though you don't start the game off with anything below 30. Mount Battle was truly made as a grinding area from the very beginning. Even to the point of like, levels this low would only really be useful if you were to transfer Pokemon from your GBA games and need to level them up for some reason. And for some reason, this is more convenient than just leveling them up in the games that you got them in. Well, that's beyond the point. I am gonna do just a rough, very few retakes, post-commentary session for the rest of this video, showcasing a few floors of Mount Battle, at least what I did off screen, since in hindsight the only reason I'm showing this is because I forlooted it, so I want to do at least one video featuring how tedious it can be. As for recording it, it was just the night I was recording. I was watching a stream, I could have this playing in the background. It made for a good, I wouldn't say podcast game because that wouldn't be for Pokemon Colosseum as a whole, but Mount Battle itself is definitely a podcast section of the game. Just mute the audio of your game, turn on some music, watch a stream, whatever you want to do in the background, and just tap A until you're done. So the main purpose of making this a video was to have filler if ever so needed, and ever so conveniently it's been a few weeks since I've uploaded an episode of Pokemon Colosseum, because I haven't edited any Pokemon Colosseum in a bit, because I haven't recorded or /streamed Pokemon Colosseum in a little bit. The way I've been handling content in general has been changing quite a bit. In case you missed out on a few gaming chills, I'm taking the whole video content creation thing as a whole a lot more casually than I used to. Though as I start to build up my bulk of Colosseum Randomizer backlog, Game Builder Garage backlog, I'm feeling a bit more confident that I might be able to go back to a semi-schedule for this month in particular. So part of this video is going to be dedicated to just a pseudo game and chill, a pseudo Pokemon Colosseum video. So the current game plan is to have this up by December 8th, if not earlier. If so, congrats to me, the schedule is going according to plan. And an ideal goal would be to have Colosseum Randomizer videos for the rest of the month. Every Wednesday would be good. Before I go any deeper into my schedule plans though, look at here, we made it all the way to floor 10, or battle 10, and we get to face off against Vander. Let's see what all the hype is about this grand trainer of Mount Battle, who's totally not the first boss, and therefore will have levels that are so pathetic, just like everything else on this floor. Shoutouts to having a level 18, or should I say level 20 Regigeist though. At least you got that going for you. Unfortunately, I don't think a Regigeist is going to be enough, I should say, to stop the Midas Scout when he's over 20 levels above you. I had everything set up to do this grand meme regarding finally reaching Vander, only to see how pathetically under level he is. But I forgot to swap the game audio back on for this section like I planned. So unfortunately, this will probably be speeded up and have music onto it as well. Ah well. Probably for the best, considering just because he's a character that's technically relevant to the plot of the game doesn't mean that his battle's going to be any more exciting than the 9 other trainers that we fought previously, unfortunately. Especially with the randomizer taking away potential for him to have powerful Pokemon, or his usual squad being stronger than the other Pokemon on there. I mean, in a sense, still the randomizer's doing a decent enough job on it with freaking Regigeist. But level 20 Regigeist is nothing to fear. Back on the schedule plans though. Overall, it's gonna be a Monday-Wednesday video upload schedule though. Especially because in my Golden Sun Another Sunrise trailer, I preluded that more details would be coming this month. You may have noticed that last Friday, assuming this doesn't go up on the first Friday of the month, I had a little clip from the mod I've been working on. And the game plan's gonna be to keep that up for the rest of the month. I might, especially with December being a 5-week, having 5 Fridays, I may only do 4 clips. And then the very last video of the month, or the year even, would be a game and chill or something. And I'll figure it out on the fly, but current game plan will probably be Game Builder Garage videos on Monday, Pokémon Colosseum Randomizer on Wednesdays, and bonus video on Friday. Majority of them will be stuff related to the Golden Sun or Sunrise mod, but depending on how much I have to share, I might throw something a little extra in the mix. Once I put the time aside to edit, keeping up with Colosseum Randomizer every week shouldn't be any issue, because if you've been following me on social and Twitch, you'll notice that I've actually finished streaming the main game of the Pokemon Colosseum Randomizer. So every single main game has been recorded. It's slightly up in the air if and how much I'm going to do of post-game, but I haven't ruled out the possibility, at the very least we'll say. I think I'll just update more as we get closer to the end of the videos on this channel, or I'll just get an urge to actually play more Colosseum Randomizer and just decide in the spur of the moment to stream the post-game then. As I started talking about in the beginning of this post-com, I'm taking commentary streams and video content creation in general a lot more casually than before, and because of that, I don't think I'm going to be going back to doing more than 2 or 3 videos a week for a while. If I get a really huge backlog of things, I may reconsider, but for right now, I'm thinking of just tuning back on the hobby and focusing on some new interests I've picked up, and just playing video games on my own time, because I've rediscovered the fun of just playing something on my own without the pressures of a stream or something. Streaming/recording is still fun. I'm just rediscovering having a balance of both. Actually spent a good chunk of Thanksgiving playing a Paper Mario mod that I found out about not too long ago, and it's been a fun time. It's been rough. It's been kind of annoying getting game overs and losing all the progress I've done since the last save point, but beyond that, the challenge has been kind of fun, the challenge is fun. It's just never fun to lose progress, but the challenge itself has been worth it. Because it's not so bad. It just requires you to have some experience with the Paper Mario game, at least the N64 Paper Mario game already. And it adds a bunch of new twists to it. There are new badges in it. One in particular that I've been finding real fun is the Stellar Shield, which basically allows you to block some damage in exchange of the star power that you normally use for the Star Spirit's abilities. So it gives you a secondary use, because in the past I noticed a lot of times when I'm playing Paper Mario, especially Black Pit, I always felt pressure to use star power as soon as I got a max, because otherwise it'd just be going to waste. Meanwhile, with this mod, I should name drop it, Paper Mario Dark Star, having a second way to use your star power gives me reason to not just use it immediately as I get it, because even if I'm maxed out but don't have a good opportunity to spend a turn using a star power, it's not necessarily going to waste, because it might save my butt from a really powerful hit if it's full out. Like it kinda did in Chapter 3. I think that's all I'm gonna say on that for now. It is a really fun mod, especially if you have experience with Paper Mario and know how to set up those sorts of things. It's well worth your time to play it. To the point that I don't think I'm going to spoil anything with how the bosses were changed. Well, at least I'm not going to talk enough to spoil it today. Especially because I never got to bring up the big thing. Probably one of the biggest reasons why I decided to cut back on video making. Because of the other hobbies I picked up to go alongside with it. And that's the Another Sunrise project. I'm already thinking about other names to give it, like I'm kind of leaning towards Alt Sunrise, but until I'm certain that I want to change the name, I'm going to keep calling it Another Sunrise, just because I don't want to confuse people by constantly changing the name of the project I'm working on. Makes it easier to keep track of than that. And that's the biggest reason I can see myself only focusing on only doing 2 to 3 videos a week for the foreseeable future. That project has been really fun and I want to make sure I have the time for it. I don't want to stress myself out by trying to keep up as a full-time content creator, or at least what I consider full-time in the past, and work on that project. So I mostly just record/stream when I feel like doing so now, and when I feel like working on that project, I do that. And if I just don't feel like doing any work and just want to play a game, then I do that. I work a full-time job, so any time outside of that is my free time. So, especially if I'm not helping out family or something like that, I should use that time the most enjoyable way possible. Oh, by the way, this is the second area leader. Yeah, they do have a unique leader for every 10 floors, but there's only plot relevance for Vander. So I don't mind speeding up this one a little bit more than usual. Metagross and Tropius is a pretty interesting lead though. Shame. I was gonna say shame that the Tropius is gonna do diddly squat, but I guess just... I'm kinda surprised that Butterfree took a hit better than a Weeping Bell. It is what it is. And as you saw with Vander, every 10 floors of Mount Battle you get an amount of Pokecoupons. Area 1 gives you a pathetic amount of Pokecoupons for the pathetic level of Pokemon you've had to face. But it does get better the higher you go. Unfortunately, especially for Pokecoupon grinding, there's not really any reason to do the first 3 or so floors, or 3 or so areas, because the levels are so low and you're going to get so few Pokecoupons in return. Unfortunately, you do have to clear all those lower level areas before you have access to the higher level ones. And the big reason why I'm not doing Mount Battle in full for this series, you have to do this all, not necessarily one sitting, because you can save after every area, but you have to do it all at once. You can't just do the first 5 floors, take a break, play something else in the game, and then come back and resume from Area 6, because you can resume from Area 6, but in order to get the 100% completion goal for this game, you have to do it all in one go. And since that 100% completion is a Pokemon, and odds are it'll probably be randomized, so it won't even be the Pokemon that you would normally get, I don't think it's worth showcasing that particular feature of the game for this type of playthrough. But hey, I figured I'd at least show a little sample of it in this run, so you at least know that Mount Battle exists, and it's not just an area you go to for story relevance. There's actually a full 100 battles you can do if you really want to. So that's about all I have to showcase for today's Pokémon Colosseum Randomizer video. It's a little bit of a shame, because I did have other things to talk about, I didn't even get to touch some of the history I want to talk about with how I got into the Another Sunrise project, but I suppose I can always save that for another video. So thank you all for tuning in to this edition of the Colosseum Randomizer. As I said before, should be able to do at least one Colosseum Randomizer video every Wednesday for the rest of the month, and as many weeks afterwards that it takes till we get to the end of the game. Once we reach the post game, I'll figure it out from there. Either way, take care.